Hey everybody, I'm the Bigglesworth, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Along with Piggy! Oh, yep, we are inside the train. We are ready to go, but there's nowhere to go. That's weird. Look at that glass texture on the right. Oh, that's crazy. It looked like something was raining upwards for a second. So, yep, and there's a little seat for the guy that gets bored while the conductor's up here driving, and you know what? I need to make myself a lever to go right here. How are we going to make this train go forward if there's not even a button? So I'm going to fix that real quick. We're going to get ourselves a button, and I'm going to try and explain what we're going to do in today's episode. I love this. You can sit here with just a little bit of cobble and a stick, and you can create something that's going to give off redstone. No redstone involved. So, we'll do that over here. So even though redstone is aplenty down under the ground, if you ever wanted to create something and you just don't want to go get redstone, make yourself a little switch. And it won't go. Probably because the carpet's there. I bet. Let's try. Yep, it's because of the carpet. Well, we want the carpet there. We don't want bad guys to show up. Plus, the floor looks kind of silly if it's not covered up. All right, Mr. Conductor, your lever is back there. There we go. So, in the last episode, we created these trailers. So now we have a bunch of logs that will eventually be able to go through a tunnel and get delivered to a harbor that will be built sometime in the unknown future. But for today, we need to get this area ready for the tree farm. And I've kind of worked out an idea of how I want to have a crane that's going to be able to take trees and load them onto the trailers, or how it will be able to stack logs so that the forklift can get them and move them about. Here's my plan. I'm going to jump down here. See this path right here where the tires would go? You can whoop back up right here and back up right here. Well, I'm going to build a tunnel right through here. And just hear me out. I know you're thinking, how does a tunnel fix your problems, Piggy? Well, watch this. Okay? The tunnel is going to come right through here, right under this, and pop out over here. And I'm going to build another box area, kind of using a retaining wall kind of idea, like that. It's going to be a stone wall that's supposed to hold the dirt back, and I'm going to have to level the dirt in here and kind of build it up. And right over in this spot, I think somewhere right in here maybe, we're going to build ourselves a giant crane. And so the idea is that the crane can reach far enough to put logs on the trailers, or it can lower the logs down into this hole where they get stacked up. And the forklift is just going to be able to drive through the tunnel and pick up logs and bring them over here. That's the plan anyway. But before I get all that mess done, because today's project is going to be the crane, we got to get a tunnel going. We need to go and extend this, well, I'm thinking about it. I may not do it. I don't know yet. This barrier needs to get extended. There's ground that needs to get leveled. Those trees back there need to get hacked down. And check this out. A couple episodes ago, I got inspiration, figured out a way to get this whole facade and this front right here finished, but I never did finish it. Okay? And then over here, that's still a mess. So there are all these little itty bitty projects just floating around that need to get taken care of. And that's going to take up like so much of the episode. I thought that would be boring. But they still need to get fixed. And I'm a big fan of trying to make it where every single episode, if you watch it in order, you will get to see everything in this world getting built. No surprises. You won't watch an episode and all of a sudden I've logged in and I've finished a whole bunch of stuff and I'm like, oh, hey guys, between episodes I did this. I want it to be where every episode you see something happen. So I've thought of a silly little way that I'm going to be able to get a bunch of stuff done and y'all get to see it. I'm going to make a time lapse. I'm going to try and make it a little funny. I don't know if it's going to work. We're just going to go with it. And the sun, well, since it's a time lapse, the sun's not going to matter. Ha 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 ha. Teach you, buddy. So, without further ado, I'm going to get me some tools and get going on this time lapse. So, cue that great music. Yeah. All right, everybody. There we go. Got ourselves an area to work with. And here's what I'm looking at. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks wide. Okay? And see up there? See how that's 2 blocks wide? So that's an even number and an odd number. And what I'm wanting to do is make it kind of look like, it's centered on that point. But I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and have it just off center 1 block so that we can keep even with that. So I'm going to show you kind of what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do a little bit off camera. But I'm going to do something like this. So it's got to be 3. Okay, there's my pick. 4 like that. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to go at least that, and then I'm going to make one more for like a clearance, so we're not like just scraping the log up against the wall. Ooh, I guess that means I need to go one more because I also have to put like an edge to the wall, don't I? So I'm just going to do like this, and you know what? Now that I look at how big this is, I don't know about this. Let me see here. I hope I counted right. I bet that's what it is. I bet I didn't count right. Because that looks way bigger than... Okay. So we said 7, and then we need a space on each side, so that's 9. And then a space for a wall, so that's 11. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Uh-oh. That is right. That's 11. Whew. That is a big opening. Let's see what that looks like from here. That might look okay. And you know what? Okay, so let's see how many blocks high we got to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the mast, 5. We want an empty spot above the mast, 6. And then the roof, so 7. So it needs to be 7 high. So let's check that. Uh-oh. I don't think that's going to be tall enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 would have the mast scraping, like right across the top. So you know what we might have to do? I might have to take that grass right there and replace that with like some half slabs or stone or something. I don't know. But what I don't want to try and do is try and figure out a way to make this drop down or slant, because you can't make half slabs out of stone and it stay looking like this. It'll look like those over. Nope. Not like those. I don't think I have any for an example over here. Uh-oh. The sun is going down. Oh, and I'm almost out of food, too. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig this out. I'm going to make it look like a tunnel. And I'm going to work on the box on the other side. Okay? Because this really isn't the main project for today. That giant crane is. So I'm going to go take care of those little things. I'm going to slowly make my way over to where there's some food and run my way to a bed. So I'll see you in just a second. All right, everybody. There we go. Now that, I think, is going to work. It's wide enough. See how I put some logs down there? It's wide enough for that to work. That's just high enough for the mast to clear. And I got to thinking about it. See at these 3 points where the mast is at? That's all I had to really worry about being clearance. So instead of it looking like this big boxy square hole, I figured if I put an archway, it will make it not, look so bad. Then if we come in here, there's just a little bit of texture in the walls, just a little bit of something to break up the monotony. And I put these logs down like they got lowered down into this spot. Now, I have got the basic shape of what I want going. But see how it's all this just like straight gray? It's boring. So what I'm thinking about doing is we're going to break up the boring a little bit. What did I do? There we go. So the first thing I thought was, well, actually, I need to wait for the floor because I've got a different idea for the floor. We'll come back to that in a second. So I'm sitting here looking at, these different stones, and we need to kind of make it look like this spot is a little bit weathered or used, like it's been here for a while. So, we'll make it look like maybe in different spots the stone is cracked, or maybe it's, oh, that's the wrong texture. We're not going to do that yet. There we go, like that. See, watch. Just changing a few stones all of a sudden makes it go from boring to a little bit more interesting. So, we'll just do a couple more random ones. We'll make it look like that's cracked, and then maybe some moss has kind of grown down there. So, do like that. And then, when you're underneath something like this, lots of moisture can get in here. So, all kinds of things will start growing and messing things up. So, we'll pop that in there. And I'll do a little bit more of this off camera, but I think you'll get the idea. See how just that little bit of color change all of a sudden makes it look a little more realistic and natural. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I decided, hey, let's try and use some mossy cobble. So, whoop, that was weird. Just pop some of these in here like that. Just something interesting for your eye to see. See how there's green right over there? It just kind of catches your eye. So, get that going. And then I thought about it. You know what? While right now they're doing a lot of work on birch planks, there's all kinds of stuff that gets dropped down in here from all the different trees that are going to grow. So, what we need to do is we need to get a little bit of each kind of wood. Now, well, I'll go ahead and use a little bit of birch. So what I'm thinking about doing is this. We're just going to start breaking up the ground randomly. And we're going to kind of do the same thing that we did over at the tree farm over there. Remember how it looks like there's bark on the ground? We're going to do that. We're just going to make it look like as the trees get thrown down here, maybe some of the bark falls off of them. And it's getting nighttime. You know what? Do you know what? We're going to do it first. Piggy's not going to be afraid of the night. We're going to see if we can get through this. Although I have a feeling something's going to try and sneak up on me. So let's see if we can do this quick. So we're just going to see how I'm going to change the angle of what I'm facing. And so what I'm doing is I'm just making it look like there's this big, huge mixture of a mess down here. Like all kinds of logs and, oh, not that. That would totally look out of place. Should have brought me an axe too. So we'll do that and that. And it's cool because then you get these different color contrasts going as well. And let's see, we'll do that and that and some spruce. I know we build a lot with spruce. We'll do that. So see how that looks? Now it looks a little messy, like something's been going on. Things have been getting dropped down and making a huge mess. And then I got to thinking about it. You know what happens with these trees? Well, sometimes they get chopped and there's still leaves all over them. So I figured it'd be cool if we just pop down some random leaf mess. Do it like that. I don't know if that's going to work. I'm just kind of being random about it, but are we safe? Oop. Whoa, bad guy party over there. Y'all just keep partying. Y'all stay over there. So see, now when we come down here, there's a little bit more interesting things to look at. We got a little bit of design going on in the walls. We got some trees that are here and just, a big mess that's piling up. Maybe at the end of the day, after all the people are finished chopping up the logs, they come over here and they scoop up the mess. So, and oh, yep, there are some bad guys up there. So we're going to see if we can get up here and not die. Oh, I just saw a skeleton. I hope you don't try to get me. You, mister, are in our way. I can get you out of the way. And I'll just show you this real quick. Oh, that was random. Oh, cool. I like how this looks from up here. Look at that. That is awesome. I like how that worked out. So, right here is going to be for the legs for the crane. And this thing is going to be big. It's like 20 blocks tall. And at first I thought about, I'm going to build this. Oh, you guys stay over there. I was going to build it facing this way like it was loading the train. But the problem was I was in creative mode working out some designs, and I stood like I was facing the crane, and it looked boring. It looked really weird. So like it was working, it was doing its job, but it just wasn't interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it and make it facing that way. Kind of like it's grabbing from a pile of logs over there, and it's getting ready to either drop some down in there, because the train does look loaded, doesn't it? Like it's full and ready to go. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sleep the night away. I'm going to get to working on a little bit more of the crane, and then I'll bring you back and show you what I've got. Okay? So I'll meet you back here in just a second. Nope. All right, everybody. I've made most of the crane. I left a little bit so I can build it on camera because I know some of y'all like to watch that. Check this out. We're going to make our way up here. I know, I'm messing with y'all again. Not looking up like you want me to, right? Well, I wanted to show you this first. Oop, another little weird lag spike. Okay. So I I kind of spread out some stone up here. So it looks like this was built. It looks like the wall's really strong, but at the same time, it's been here for a while. Some of the dirt's kind of filled in. Some of the stuff is broken up. Just a little bit of going on. And once all this grass grows, I can use some bone meal just to make some of that kind of grass and flowers grow. It'll just make it look like it fits in that much more. I really like the way that turned out. That turned out nice. But here we go. Check that out. I know that. You're like, wait a minute, that's no crane. What? Okay, here we go. I'll do it for real. Check that out. So that is like the wire or whatever coming down and a little clamp that would be holding on to the logs. And I'm going to eventually have like a big old pile right here. I got to build this dirt up. But it'll be picking up the logs and it'll either be loading it on the train or setting it down there to be chopped up. And let's see. At first I had the design of these cobble fences all on the inside. And it was too much. It was like overkill. So I went ahead and took them away. It's kind of like an open design in the middle. Supposed to look like it's just got a lot of support going on, so it can carry a lot of weight. And I like this. It looked like the bottom of a gear or something. I wasn't quite sure what to do with that, or if I wanted to build something here to attach to it, but I just like the shape of it. So let's make sure that we got enough stuff. I got that, some of that, a little bit of that. And not enough fences. Let's go ahead and make some fences, just in case. This is always one of those deals where you think you have enough material, and then you end up spending an hour like running back and forth, because you just can't remember. So, Went ahead and made it so I could climb up here. And this is like a big counterbalance. It's a real heavy solid block of concrete sitting up here. So that way that part can extend way out there and this whole thing won't tip over. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend out all these logs. And as I extend out, I'll try to explain what's going on. So like this would be the little machine that like winds up all the wire. So that can go up and down. And these are like rollers. Like they would spin around. So the wire would be able to go across it and run smoothly. So I'm just going to extend this out. You know what I didn't do? I don't think I have any stone with me. So I can make a stone button. Because right here at the end, I need a stone button. So we're just, oh, is that right? Oh no, that's not right. Oh, tools, where are my tools? Okay, so we'll break this. And we don't want to waste our pickaxe on that, so we'll just get rid of that. And all that stuff, yeah, it fell down. We'll just get it later. So I'm going to put some fences here. And this is going to look like there's just something holding that to there so that the wheel will roll. And wow, I guess today's theme is sundown, huh? So we're just going to extend these out. Actually, I need to work my way backwards, don't I? And, oh good, I do have enough. Okay, so I tried to make it where it looked like it angled. And I figured if I did most of it with the same material, being the oak wood, that would all kind of match. It would fit together. And so your eyes wouldn't look at all these broken up pieces of wood. It would see just the shape I was trying to draw. And we'll put that right there. And we'll put two right there. And like I said, I'll show you over here. See how there's a stone button right there? I'm going to have to come back and put one right there later. So, and I think for right now, up here in the sky, we might actually be safe from bad guys. So that would be cool. So we'll pop this down here. Extend that out. That's going to be 2. So up like that. And this is where it's going to get a little tricky. This is where you're going to be like, oh, don't fall, don't fall. We're going to go like this. Bring those out right there. Okay, that's easy. We'll do that. Put some here. And yeah, this is my concentrating voice. This is Piggy trying his best to think, what in the world am I doing? And I might have just boxed myself in here. So let's see, we'll do that. Bring that out like that. Yep, now we're boxed in. Oh good, I have some dirt. Okay, so, and here again, we're just going to use, we're going to use this to get stuck is what we're going to do. There we go, we'll pop that down. And I'll just collect all that stuff later. It's just dirt. Great for scaffolding, great to just like break real quick. Some people will use cobble and other stuff, and to me that's a waste. Because it just tears up your tools over time. So let's see, we're going to, okay, so 2 woods there, like that. And then that's going to come up 1. Oh, because it does that. Okay, so we can do this. And like that. Like this and like that. Can you deal with that? Put down 2 fence posts like that. Oop, there is a serious party going on down there. Look at that, all them bad guys. Push them into lava. Okay, good, I could walk over that. Whew, thought I was going to get stuck there. So we'll do that with those. Was that 1, 2? Well, that's 3, okay. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. And I think that's it. I think I successfully finished that. And all those bad guys are just waiting. Well, they're like itching to get me. Oh. So I'm going to have to tear that scaffolding down. You know what? Let's go for broke. Quickly take a nap. Nobody blow up, nobody blow up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk away a little bit just so you can get some different angles. And watch all the bad guys burn. So, and like I said, I'll put the button up there later. And I'll tear this scaffolding down. So y'all just ignore that. Pretend like that's not there. Go and gather up all this stuff real quick. And get our sword ready just in case. Because I have a feeling we're going to get ambushed before the... Yep, see? Where did he come from? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see how he came out of nowhere? All right, so we're going to jump up here. And there we go. That is the giant crane. I like it. I think it looks cool. And at first I was worried. Like, for the past couple of episodes, y'all might have noticed that I kept talking about I hadn't planned. I hadn't really worked out where I wanted things to go, but I knew in my head what I wanted. So, sorry. So sometimes you just have to be patient. You have to let your mind kind of work it out, let inspiration hit, and then you can fix it. So, drop down here and I'm going to walk away. And while I'm walking over here, I want to remind each of you, your project for this episode is not to collect rotted flesh. It's to build yourself a crane. Big old crane, and maybe even a bridge if you want to do that. You can have 2 projects if you're ambitious. But go ahead and build yourself a crane so that you'll be able to get all the logs from the coming tree farm we're going to build over to this area and over to that train. And you know what? I think I'm going to stack up just so we can get a different angle because I don't like where I'm standing down here. It's not giving me the sight that I want. Look, there we go. Cool. So we get the beginnings of like a little industrial area going on over there. So I want y'all to build yourself a crane. I want you to take pictures of it, send it to me on Twitter, and I'll tweet out as many as I can. And I want you can either borrow my design. Oh, that looks like a little face, doesn't it? Like a little smiley face, almost like a pig. Like a pig, like he's saying roar. Or you know what it really looks like? It almost looks like the bad guy, Bowser from Mario. That's crazy how that happens. But I'm gonna look you in the eye. Yeah. We'll put the crane behind us. There we go. Go and pop that out so we got an empty hand. So take pictures of it, send it to me on Twitter. I'm gonna tweet it out. And I am gonna go clean up that big old pillar I left, that big mess with the ladder. And I will see you all in the next episode.